Have you ever watched a woman walk into a room, not loudly, not proudly, but with a quiet confidence that makes everyone pause and wonder, how does she carry such power without saying a word? That woman isn't always the most educated, the richest, or the most experienced, but she is something far more rare. She is intelligent in the way she thinks, chooses, and behaves. And today, we're decoding the habits that make her impossible to ignore. Highly intelligent women begin every meaningful step of their life with one powerful internal question: why am I doing this? This simple, yet profound question sets them apart from everyone else. Most people navigate life on autopilot, following routines, chasing approval, reacting to problems, and repeating patterns they never chose consciously. But intelligent women move differently. They refuse to operate without intention. They refuse to let life happen to them. Instead, they build a life that happens because of them. She understands that purpose is not something you stumble upon accidentally. It is something you define, protect, and strengthen. When she wakes up in the morning, she doesn't just think about what needs to be done, she thinks about why it matters. This shift transforms her day from a list of tasks into a roadmap of meaning. It gives her a sense of direction that keeps her grounded even when life becomes chaotic. Her goals are not random. Her choices are not impulsive. Her decisions don't change with every emotion or opinion around her. She moves with clarity because she starts with her reason before she takes the first step. And when challenges arise, as they always do, her why becomes her anchor. Many people crumble under pressure because their actions lack purpose. They chase goals for superficial reasons, to impress others, to avoid feeling left behind, or because society tells them to. But intelligent women operate from a deeper source. Their motivation doesn't evaporate when things get hard because it is rooted in something meaningful. Even when doubt whispers in their ear, their purpose speaks louder. It reminds them of the bigger picture. It reminds them of the version of themselves they are becoming. Starting with why also gives her the courage to say no, a word many struggle with. When an opportunity, invitation, or relationship doesn't align with her purpose, she steps away without guilt. She doesn't spread herself thin trying to please everyone because she knows exactly what she is building. Every yes she gives is intentional. Every no she speaks is protective. This clarity saves her time, energy, and emotional peace. She invests in only what aligns with her direction. Most importantly, her why allows her to lead. Not by force, not by authority, but by example. People feel her authenticity. They trust her decisions because they see the conviction behind them. She becomes magnetic not because she demands attention, but because she moves with rare intentionality. Her life is not shaped by chance. It is shaped by purpose. Highly intelligent women understand something most people overlook. Their energy is their most valuable currency. Time can be managed, money can be earned, opportunities can be recreated, but once energy is drained in the wrong places, everything else collapses. This is why she protects her energy with intention, precision, and sometimes even fierce boundaries. She has learned through experience that not everyone deserves unlimited access to her mind, her emotions, or her presence. She knows that the quality of her life depends on what she allows into it. She has walked through enough seasons to recognize that peace is not the absence of noise. It is the result of selective access. She doesn't respond to every message immediately. She doesn't attend every argument she's invited to, and she doesn't absorb emotions that are not hers to carry. She understands that saying yes to everything is not kindness, it is self-betrayal. Protecting her energy means she must sometimes disappoint others, but she will not disappoint herself. She has learned the hard way that overextending herself leads to burnout, resentment, and emotional exhaustion, none of which she is willing to welcome back into her life. One of her remarkable traits is her ability to sense when a situation is draining her more than developing her. She pays close attention to how she feels around people. If someone constantly drains her, criticizes her, or disrupts her peace, she slowly reduces her emotional investment. Not with drama, not with anger, but with a quiet elegance. She knows her energy is too precious to be wasted on chaos, toxic conversations, or environments that suffocate growth. Instead, she intentionally surrounds herself with people who bring clarity, encouragement, and authenticity. She values relationships that are mutually uplifting, not one-sided or draining. She treats her emotional boundaries like a sacred space. She refuses to entertain gossip, negativity, jealousy, or competition disguised as friendship. She is aware that energy is contagious, so she is selective about what she lets influence her. She believes in preserving her mental clarity because her dreams demand it. Her goals require focus, and focus requires emotional protection. Even in her personal life, She doesn't allow emotional manipulation or guilt to bend her values. She knows that boundaries are not walls, they are filters that allow love in but keep toxicity out. Protecting her energy also means protecting her time. She is not impressed by busyness, she values alignment. She has mastered the art of recognizing when she needs rest, when she needs solitude, and when she needs silence. These moments are not escapes for her, they are strategies for sustainability. She honors her emotional space because she knows that a woman who protects her energy protects her future. One of the most defining qualities of highly intelligent women is their ability to ask questions that shift the entire direction of a conversation, a relationship, or even a room full of people. While many speak quickly to prove a point, she pauses to understand the deeper layers beneath the surface. She is never in a rush to appear right, she's far more interested in discovering the truth. Her intelligence is not displayed through loud arguments or long speeches, it emerges through thoughtful, intentional curiosity. Asking the right question at the right time becomes her superpower. She listens in a way most people don't. Instead of waiting for her turn to talk, she listens to genuinely understand what the other person is trying to express. She pays attention to tone, emotion, gaps in the story, and the things left unsaid. She knows that real communication is not just about hearing words, but understanding meaning. Because of this, her questions often reveal insights others have missed entirely. She brings clarity where confusion existed. She helps others articulate the thoughts they couldn't find language for. She becomes the mirror people didn't know they needed. Her curiosity is rooted in humility, not insecurity. She doesn't ask questions to embarrass others, but to learn, to grow, and to help everyone around her think more deeply. She knows that knowledge begins with curiosity, not certainty. While many people fear looking uninformed, she embraces not knowing as an opportunity. She believes every person carries a story, a lesson, or a perspective different from her own. By asking more and assuming less, she expands her understanding of the world and builds stronger connections with the people in it. Her questions often challenge assumptions, including her own. She's not afraid to ask, what if we're looking at this the wrong way? Or is this truly the best choice, or just the comfortable one? She's willing to explore unpopular ideas, uncomfortable truths, and unfamiliar perspectives because she knows growth lives beyond the obvious. Her ability to probe deeper turns simple conversations into meaningful reflections. Others feel intellectually stimulated around her because she invites them to think differently and see beyond the surface. In conflict, her questions become a bridge rather than a weapon. She asks to understand, not to attack. She seeks clarity before reacting. Instead of escalating tension, she diffuses it by uncovering what people truly mean rather than what they impulsively say. This makes her a powerful communicator, a wise friend, and an exceptional leader in any environment. Her intelligence is not loud, but it is undeniably felt. And it begins with a question, one that shifts minds, opens hearts, and inspires deeper thinking in everyone she interacts with. A highly intelligent woman is defined not just by her desire to learn, but by her ability to transform learning into action. She understands that information without application is wasted potential. Many people read books, attend seminars, listen to mentors, and gather knowledge, yet their lives remain unchanged. But she is different. She treats every lesson as a seed, something that must be planted, watered, and brought to life through consistent effort. Learning is not a hobby for her, it is a lifestyle. But even more importantly, it is a responsibility. If she learns something valuable, she feels compelled to integrate it into her daily behavior, decisions, and interactions. She is constantly observing, absorbing, and reflecting. She studies not just from textbooks or inspirational videos, but from real-life experiences, the small victories, the painful mistakes, the unexpected setbacks. Every situation becomes a classroom for her. When she encounters failure, she doesn't retreat into shame or denial. She analyzes it, she asks herself what it was meant to teach her. She extracts wisdom from moments others overlook. Her ability to self-reflect makes her growth accelerate faster than those who repeat the same patterns without understanding why. Her curiosity never turns off, whether she is reading a book, exploring a new idea, or watching someone excel in a particular area. She stays open to learning. But she never falls into the trap of endless preparation without action. She knows waiting for the perfect moment is the biggest barrier to progress. Instead of perfection, she chooses progress. Instead of hesitation, she chooses experimentation. She's willing to try, to fail, to adjust, and then to try again with more clarity than before. That is why she evolves, because she acts while others overthink. She also understands the importance of practical wisdom. Intelligence for her is not about sounding knowledgeable, It is about living in a way that reflects what she knows. If she learns the importance of emotional awareness, she practices it. If she studies discipline, she structures her day accordingly. If she reads about boundaries, she begins implementing them the next morning. Her growth is visible, not because she announces it, but because she embodies it. What makes her truly powerful is her adaptability. When new information arrives, she updates her perspective instead of clinging to old beliefs. She doesn't fear being wrong, she fears staying the same. This humility allows her to consistently upgrade her mindset, skills, and strategies. Every year she becomes a wiser, more refined version of herself. Her intelligence is not stagnant. It evolves, expands, and elevates everything she touches simply because she has mastered the rare art of learning deeply and applying consistently. A highly intelligent woman understands a truth that many people avoid. Motivation is temporary, fragile, and unreliable. It fades when life gets difficult, when emotions shift, or when obstacles appear. But discipline is different. Discipline stays. Discipline whispers in the morning when motivation is silent. Discipline pushes her forward when excuses try to pull her back. She has learned to build her life around discipline because she knows that every meaningful achievement depends on consistency, not momentary bursts of inspiration. She doesn't wait to feel ready before she takes action. She knows that if she builds her habits purely on feelings, her progress will be unstable. So instead, she builds routines that function like the foundation of a strong home, steady, reliable, and immovable regardless of external conditions. Whether it's her work, her health, her mindset, or her goals, she shows up for herself even on the days she doesn't feel like it. It's not because she is superhuman. It's because she made a commitment, and she respects her commitments more than her moods. She knows that discipline is a form of self-respect. When she wakes up early to work on her dreams, when she chooses long-term reward over short-term comfort, when she keeps promises she made to herself, she is reinforcing her identity as a powerful and capable woman. She knows that every time she keeps a small promise, finishing a task, maintaining her health routine, managing her time well, she strengthens her inner leadership. She becomes someone she can trust, someone dependable, someone she can count on. Internal trust is the secret to her confidence. What sets her apart is not perfection, but persistence. She is not afraid of slow progress. She is only afraid of staying stuck. Even if she has setbacks or temporarily falls off track, she doesn't let shame consume her. She simply recalibrates and moves forward again. She understands that discipline is not about being flawless. It is about returning to what matters again and again until it becomes part of who she is. This mindset allows her to outlast others who quit as soon as things get uncomfortable. Over time, her discipline shapes every part of her life. People around her begin to notice her reliability, her focus, and her steady growth. Opportunities naturally start to find her because consistent people attract consistent results. She doesn't chase validation. She earns respect through her actions. Her life becomes a reflection of her discipline, structured, purposeful, and aligned with her long-term vision. And while motivation might come and go, her discipline remains the quiet force that carries her forward every single day. A highly intelligent woman understands that the people around her are not just companions, they are influences that shape her thinking, her emotions, and even her future. She knows that environment is stronger than willpower, and that the company she keeps either elevates her or drains her. Because of this, she becomes intentional and selective about who she allows into her inner circle. She chooses relationships that nourish her mind, strengthen her character, and support her growth. She refuses to surround herself with people who belittle her dreams, minimize her voice, or dim her confidence. She has learned over time that you cannot rise while staying connected to people who are committed to staying the same. So she seeks out those who inspire her, challenge her, and expand her perspective. These aren't perfect people, far from it, but they are people who are striving, evolving, and committed to becoming better versions of themselves. She values conversations that push her to think deeper, question assumptions, and consider new possibilities. She is drawn to minds that are curious, hearts that are generous, and spirits that are resilient. Being around such energy becomes a catalyst for her own growth. She treats her circle as her ecosystem. If someone constantly brings negativity, drama, jealousy, or small-minded thinking, she doesn't allow that energy to linger around her for long. She distances herself not out of arrogance, but out of wisdom. She knows that negativity is contagious, and she is responsible for protecting the mental environment where her dreams are growing. She prefers being alone over being with people who drain her. Solitude is not loneliness for her, it is clarity, reflection, and renewal. At the same time, she understands the power of mentorship and guidance. She is not afraid to learn from others who are ahead of her in experience or wisdom. She values advice from people whose actions align with their words. She knows that growth accelerates when she is surrounded by those who challenge her to rise higher. She listens, observes, and applies what she learns, turning mentorship into momentum. She also gives back to her circle. She uplifts, encourages, and supports the people who walk alongside her. She believes in mutual growth, mutual respect, and mutual inspiration. Her presence brings value because she is intentional, consistent, and emotionally grounded. People feel safe around her because she doesn't compete. She contributes. She doesn't envy, she celebrates. She doesn't pull others down, she lifts them up. Her circle becomes a reflection of her identity, discipline, and vision. She chooses people who match her values, not her comfort zone. She surrounds herself with minds that stimulate her, spirits that strengthen her, and hearts that encourage her. And through this, she creates an environment where success is not forced. It becomes natural. In a world full of noise, distraction, and confusion, the habits of highly intelligent women stand out as a blueprint for intentional living. These women do not move through life by accident. They move with a deep sense of purpose. They understand their why, protect their inner world, and choose their daily actions with clarity and conviction. Every choice becomes a reflection of their values, and every step aligns with the future they envision. Their intelligence is not loud, not boastful, but consistent, steady, and transformative. Their lives are shaped not by external pressures, but by internal strength. They embrace curiosity, ask powerful questions, and treat learning as a lifelong commitment. They don't seek perfection, they seek evolution. They rise after setbacks, adjust their strategies, and flow with change instead of resisting it. Their growth is not accidental, it is intentional, and this intentionality makes them magnetic, resilient, and unshakable in the face of adversity. What makes these women truly exceptional is not just their discipline or wisdom, but their ability to create environments that support their growth. They choose their circle with precision, keep negativity at a distance, and cultivate relationships that elevate their thinking. They surround themselves with people who inspire them, challenge them, and bring out their best self. In doing so, they create a life that nourishes their dreams instead of draining them. Ultimately, the habits of highly intelligent women teach us that intelligence is not only about intellect, it is about emotional maturity, self-awareness, and meaningful action. It's about knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you refuse to tolerate. It's about building a life rooted in purpose, discipline, and alignment. And when you embody these habits, you don't just become smarter, you become unstoppable. Thank you so much for watching this video. Your time, your presence, and your commitment to growth mean more than words can express. If this message inspired you, motivated you, or gave you clarity, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another powerful message. Stay connected, stay focused, and stay committed to your own journey of greatness. Until next time, thank you, bless you, and goodbye.